Today we traveled to a magical land surrounded by water where life is abundant. Esteros de Iberá is one of the big wetlands of sweet water in the planet, with a surface in excess of 1,300,000 hectares of pastures and swamps in the province of Corrientes, on the northeastern part of Argentina. This ecosystem holds a vast array of wildlife and the most stunning sunsets. In this setting is where the Estancia San Alonso is located, with an extension of 11,384 hectares. Doug and Chris Tompkins met the beauty, biodiversity and potential of conservation of this area in the late 1990s. Since then, Conservation Land Trust Argentina and the Tompkins have personally acquired more than 150,000 hectares in the Ibera basin for the conservation of its biodiversity. Surrounded by more than 600,000 hectares without the sight of any cattle or human being, it serves as the ideal setup to recover the fauna that has extinguished in the area in the second half of the 20th century. This is also the place where the CLT team chose to set the CECI, Jaguar Experimental Breeding Center, for its acronym in Spanish, and the Estación Biológica for monitoring projects for the reintroduction of fauna, where biologists and technicians work day to day monitoring the species populations. Today we met with Karina Lördrup-Sporing, who's in charge of the CECI. Her day starts preparing the diet for the jaguars, Nahuel and Tobuna, which consists of 3 different types of foods: fish, which is obtained from the Ibera lagoon, chicken, and pork meat, which is hunted in the reserve with the necessary permits. There's approximately 4 kilometers between the homestead and the breeding center. The breeding center's camp, which hosted people during the 2.5 years while in construction, has a perimeter fence 4 kilometers long and 11 different sized enclosures. When the jaguars are fed, they are taken to a smaller enclosure called the handling enclosure, which has a 2-door distance from the animal for security reasons. They use the click and target system to handle them in a positive and secure way. The electric fence is checked every morning and every evening to control the voltage of its 17 lines in the enclosures. The animals' feces are collected and sent for analysis to the province of Córdoba in Argentina and to Germany to check for the female's hormonal curve. The final objective is to know if the female is pregnant. Every 37 days, the female's mating season begins, where Tobuna, the female, and Nahuel, the male, are put together to see if they are in the mood to interact with each other, and afterwards they are moved into Nahuel's enclosure, where they will have more freedom and space to mate. They get along very well. Both have strong character, but Tobuna establishes the boundaries and Nahuel keeps his distance until the right moment, even though they won't always end up copulating. Once the female is pregnant, she will be moved to a bigger enclosure of 1.5 hectares, where she will give birth to the cubs and will later teach them to hunt live prey. This live prey will be administered carefully through devices to make sure the cubs never see a human being. After the cub's first year of life, the mother will go back to the octagon and the sub-adult cubs will move to a 30-hectare enclosure called the training enclosure, where they will finish honing their hunting skills. In this enclosure coexist the three environments of Ibera: the native forests with their dazzling trees, high pasture, and a natural lagoon with water coming in directly from the Esteros, an ideal environment and the main reason Douglas Tompkins decided to build a corral in this place. The property has 10 high-definition cameras to monitor the cub's evolution on a day-to-day basis and on the breeding season as well. During her 6-year tenure in the island, Karina developed different hobbies such as drawing and playing guitar, while enjoying the wonderful surroundings. An ideal environment and the main reason Douglas Tompkins decided to build the enclosure in this place. Thanks to the work of the CLT team, the jaguars born at the Sesi will be able to live free within the Ibera wildlands after decades of absence. The return of the jaguar will help to support the vast Ibera park and offer new opportunities to the surrounding communities. With the jaguar, Corrientes will become Corrientes again.